Yeah, this is Michael Ochotorena. I am a SAG actor / minister, and you know what? You are listening to the Movie Raid.
It's time for the Movie Raid, and tonight's victim is actor Michael Ocho, that is currently doing the film John Light. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Tell us a little bit about John Light that you are allowed to talk about.
By JC Films. Story of John Light. Premise of it basically is a prisoner who finds Jesus in prison. He was later released from prison. He's one of the most hardcore prisoners. Finds Jesus, later released. When he comes back into society, he has a hard time due to the fact of how society perceives and portrays him, due to heavily tattooed body, due to his past, and he has a hard time where he almost falters and has to decide whether he keeps going, living in the faith, or ends up back in prison. His co-star is Dean Cain, Michael Stigler. I play John Light. It's just a film I feel can actually speak to people, because everybody knows somebody in prison. Everybody has a family member, everybody has a friend, everybody knows of somebody, and I feel it can talk to a lot of people and help people that came actually from the same background I did. This is basically kind of like my story as well.
Did this just wrapped up?
Yeah.
There's a trailer out there, I know that, but did this just wrap up? How long has this been going on, and when can we expect this?
So we filmed at the beginning of the year. It's actually out now on DVD. I'm actually touring all over the country. We JC Films, they do church tours, so we go to churches all over the country, show the movie, sell DVDs. I give my testimony. It wasn't written about my life, but it just so happened they found an actor who actually pretty much is parallel to the story of John Light. I am a former prisoner, heroin addict, gang member myself that is now an actor / minister, and so I go out there promoting this movie, like getting it to like the streaming platforms, Amazon Prime, Hulu, all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be coming soon as well. Look for John Light. Also, if you go to the JC Films, jcfilms.org site for JC Films, you can actually buy the DVD there or stream it off the site.
Now, having to reach out to these churches with this film, has it become more of a accomplishment to get it through these churches within this medium, or has it become a little bit of an issue to an extent in certain ways due to the overall effect of the film?
JC Films wants to get it out there to the churches. This movie is promoting prison ministry, so when we do show it out at the churches, we do make sure that we get the churches acknowledged in the ways of prison ministry. Redemption and second chances, God does give second chances. The way I tell it when I'm talking to audiences, me being a former prisoner, former gang member, former drug addict, I do tell them if I can do it, anybody can do it. If I can get through this, anybody can get through this. People listen to movies, and it parallels people's lives, and this movie, you don't know how many people have come up to me after the movie ends and said, this was my brother, this was my father, this is me, and it's touched me, and you've given me inspiration. A lot of people say, well, you're playing at the churches, not the theaters. And my thing is, hey, I'll play it wherever people can get touched by.
Do you think an actor needs to take responsibility to channel positivity energy through a character to the audience himself?
It depends on the role you play. This role was tailor-made for me. I mean, what actor can say got a role that's basically their life? I try and give positivity to every single audience. I talk to any fan, any person. I just try and tell them all the good stuff that's happened in my life, and I try and tell them that, you know, it may be a movie, but like I said, everybody knows someone that's in this position, and that's my thing. That's what I do. I try and portray the positivity. I try and tell the good from the movie. So,
do you think it's mentally better to use yourself as a subtle example to the audience to learn and understand between what you are about and what the character's about?
It depends on the character that you're portraying. With this character, it was easy for me because it was basically my life story. When I play a gangster guy, when I play a cartel guy or something like that stuff's easy for me. I do comedy as well. I do all kinds of genres, and I just get in the role. I'm kind of a method actor. I get in the role, I become the person, I take acting serious. I wanna rise in this industry, and I study character, I study the script. I'm gonna knock out any role that's given to me.
Choices are really hard to make for an actor in terms of borderline choices between having to perform roles and other aspects of the film. You have to take it on yourself before you take on the actual character, and actually having to basically combine the two so you can get the character out there.
I have people come up to me and call me a hypocrite because I do faith-based movies, and then I also do secular movies. I do like where I play the bad guy, cartel guy, chopping off heads and stuff. And people don't differentiate that they're, you know what I mean, that I'm an actor and this is what I do. This is my job. When they see a certain type of character, they see that you're in faith-based movies, they expect you just to be in faith-based movies. I have to tell them, yeah, I am a faith-based person. I do work and I do all kinds of roles because this is my living. This is my job. I'm a good person. No, I know in and out, and people recognize that on set. People acknowledge that on set. I'm going to dive in and create the character that's given to me and that's offered to me, but doesn't mean that I am that character. Things I don't do, and that has to do with anything involving harming of children or stuff like that. But I do all types of roles, and I dive right into it. I become that character. First few roles I got, first couple of years, I got nothing but the villain roles and stuff. Tried to push out there and get different types of roles where I didn't receive money, I didn't receive pay, but I went out there and I asked, can I be that in that comedy? Can I do this drama? Can I do this? Because I wanted to push myself as an artist. I didn't want people to just perceive me as the typical bad guy, the tattooed bad guy that's in every movie as the bad guy. Some of the shorts I've done, like The Getaway Driver, it was done with a director that's my best friend, Ryan Riffle. I'm just trying to push myself out there too and know that, yeah, I could be the bad guy, but I could do comedy, I could do drama, and I've done a lot of movies where I'm both. I feel like I'm versatile.
Do you think it's more acceptable in like independent type of films, low budget films, compared to the other roles that you are, in terms of showing what you actually are made of outside these types of stereotype roles?
It's easier on low budget, I will say that, because they're willing to give chances, whereas high budget movies are movies with a big budget, SAG movies. If you mess up, they're pretty much screwed. People are seeing me now in these bigger movies. They're seeing, like, John Light shows a lot of drama. It's not really action, it's drama. I had to change emotions in this movie from crying to sad to happy to mad, and it showed a whole range of emotions for me. People are seeing that. Bigger directors and producers are seeing that, and they're starting to cast me in the different types of roles. Eventually, you're going to be known. You're going to be seen. I have that not giving up attitude, where I'm going to succeed in this acting business. I'm going to make it. I'm going to do what I really want to do, and that's different types of roles and inspirational roles, and I think I'm achieving it, man.
Compared to all the other films that you've done, do you think this is where people can really get it, so to speak?
Yeah, I just had a movie in the theaters too right now called El Coyote, and I was the main bad guy, cartel guy, typical cartel guy. I was the one chopping off heads, the angry one, the loud one, and I love doing that. That movie I'm proud of, and I'm very proud of it. Getting released internationally in January, and also the DVD in January. But I don't know what it is about John Light. Maybe because it's my life story and I'm able to actually talk it with people and share it and then give my experience and stuff, and maybe because I put so much into it. I hate to say it because there's a lot of producers and directors out there that I've worked with, but actually my favorite project I've ever worked on. When after the movie's shown, like, I know I did my job right because people are crying. We actually felt like we believed that we were experiencing your life and that all these bad things were happening to you, and then you had all these temptations. They were like, we could feel it. Something like that, man, that gives me the chills. Like, that means I did a good job. Or they're like, oh man, your acting was just like stupendous. That kind of stuff, it still gives me the chills. It still makes me all happy and stuff, because that means I'm doing my job and people are actually getting the story and the message. What can you ask for, man, when so many people praise your work? Give a shout out Jason Campbell, who's the head of JC Films, for giving me that chance to portray this character and for casting me and for believing in me, making me part of the JC Films family. Also Dave Welty, who wrote the story and also insisted that I be cast in this movie. This movie has propelled my career, and I just hope to be able to make more movies that actually have a message, and I'm able to just portray a character that people love and can relate to.
Having to get the message out there, is it more difficult to get that message out there, or is it more difficult to bring the audience to the level that you want them to be on along with this message?
Because I lived that life, because I came from that life, it was so easy for me to portray this character. Just like I I am John Light when when I'm speaking and when I'm showing this, and it's funny because people will even say John Light, like they associate me with this character. Sylvester Stallone could be associated with Rambo for years and years and years, and Rocky. Being John Light's not a bad thing because it gives inspiration to people and gives people a message that there are second chances. I hope that my acting helps people and that it helps the movie as well.
Well, go ahead and plug in any other websites or any other projects that we can check out right now, including John Light.
John Light is the first one. You can go into the jcfilms.org site and look up John Light the movie. Google John Light the movie or my name, Michael Ochotorena, Ochotorena. I go by Ocho because no one can pronounce my last name. Any churches out there that want to show John Light and have me come down there and host the movie night and then talk about my life as well, they can look it through there as well. And then I got El Coyote. It was just out of theaters, coming to DVD in January, and international theaters too as well. And that was by Michael Sequela and his production company. And that one has Tom Sizemore in it. I act alongside Tom Sizemore. Littlefilms.com. I got to give a shout out to my boy Ryan Riffle. From the very beginning, me and him have been making shorts and movies. He has currently John Doe out there, and he has the Getaway Driver series. If you haven't watched Getaway Driver series, you can actually, would you Google my name or Google Getaway Driver, you'll see those as well. And then also, lastly, my boy Vide, the Amico Tiny House movie, and Positive the movie. It's going to be coming to DVD at the end of the year. Happy to be where I'm at. I'm happy to be at a platform where I could tell people that, I did come from a bad background. I did come from a background of drugs and gangs and prison. Anybody can succeed. And when I'm up there in churches talking about John Light, I tell people, you know what? You guys may be the next people up here. Don't give up your dreams, Don't give up because anybody can succeed if they really want to.
Oh, definitely. And there you have it, everybody. That is actor Michael Ocho.
Yes, Ochotorena, Ocho.